Alright guys, so this is the last part to the video about ideas. Let me drink the Resident Crispin real quick because I'm in the mood to drink. Still got some left, but you know, life. So, the third part is more about idealistic representation on, not representation, but more idealistic subjects. More creative ideas and subjects and drawings and characters. Mainly storytelling, because this is, a lot of it's mainly about characters, character design, stuff like that, lack of representation in certain characters, and also ideas, and how to approach the two previous videos into an idea. Links back to stereotypes. People are afraid, I feel like, to make those characters stereotypical characters of what they are. So, which is again totally understandable. You're afraid to do that because you may put it in the wrong way, but there is nothing wrong with that. You can always create characters, whether if the person's fat, skinny, tall, short, if they're a person of color, like black, Asian, or Hispanic, or a Pacific Islander. I forgot to mention that in my last video, Pacific Islanders too. Or someone who is physically or mentally disabled. Mainly physically, because again, nothing about physically disabled people on YouTube at all. I'm just my opinion, and that's what I see, what I notice. I feel like as well, these particular subjects are, when people do, they're always in an environment when most people, cause when they first think of these people, let's say a black person, okay, bad example, but it's true. People are afraid when the first thing they think about a person who is African or African American or dark skinned or like close to dark skin, they think racist shit, and it's a shame. Or an environment, an urbanized environment or something, and like their hood, which is not true at all. Again, it's a stereotype that here in America and probably all over the world too, that black people are not classy. And they're loud, they're aggressive, they're blah blah blah, all this bullshit. But you gotta remember, there's black people who live in the country, or maybe there's black folks who are doctors or nurses or something, or maybe they're in law school, maybe they're just regular people getting a day by day life, working at a store or something, retail, or maybe they're going through something at home, maybe, I don't know, it's hard, something tragic or whatever, and they don't know how to overcome it, or they're having a hard time overcoming whatever's going on in their life, and people are having a hard, and they're not depicted in that way. That makes sense. It's kind of difficult to explain. Probably you guys could probably explain that better to me in the comments below if you get what I'm trying to say. And it's okay. When I was in C2E2 back in March, there was a panel. It was called Full Spectrum, and a lot of people were talking about, I guess, people of color, mainly black folks, because it was all about black people. Diversity in comics, on what comics should be about, on what are the different kinds of stories that more people want to see in comics, and especially people who are people of color or black or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's totally legit true. There's like I said in my other videos, there are a lack of representation of anybody that's not white or thin, okay? Or white passing or thin, or the same, or whatever, or super buff or super skinny or beautiful, blah blah blah. Pretty, or not like ugly, quote unquote, people, or whatever. And when they are depicted again, ugly people, it could be no matter what gender or sex or race. The ugly folks are depicted as the antagonists, or people who you don't like just because you don't like them, and they're bad guys and shit. If you notice a lot of comics, maybe manga too, the ugly people are either bad guys, antagonists, like the appearance. They're antagonists, or they're I want to say zanies or zanies. The clowns. The people you can laugh at because they're hilarious. Okay. I forgot there was this manga. I forgot the name. There was this fat character in the manga, and they're depicted as this funny person that people want to laugh at, and they have no importance. They're just there for the laugh, comic relief. And okay, fine, but why are they in the story for comic relief? They have no significance into the story. I don't know the name, but I think it's a shoujo. I think it's a shoujo. But anyway, again, in general, I feel like, if you guys agree, I wish there were more stories that are not either A, romantic rom-coms and some bullshit, or like art pieces are some like lovey-dovey bullshit. I would say bullshit. I like lovey-dovey pictures. I like romance, you know? Or subjects, mangas, whatever, that are in action, fighting scenes. Someone on an adventure in a made-up land, and their goal is to become the hero king. In art. This is all about art, guys. Whether it's subject matter or comic stuff. But I think I didn't finish about when I talked about C2E2. I'm sorry, but yeah, there are people talking about black folks that are not represented in a different way, I guess. And it's true, again, true. And again, like I said, I wish there were more artists in general, not just YouTube in general, that don't make their subjects like a minority or whatever stereotyped in the story. They're stereotyped of maybe they're loud or dumb or whatever. Or like someone who's physically disabled. They're not this lost soul who's physically disabled and they can't live their life because they're physically disabled, which is not true at all. Not true. That's a terrible stereotype, folks. You don't have to make a physically disabled person a lost soul. You can make them have a happy life even though they're disabled. You know what I mean? And also in art in general, like your pieces, you don't have to make them sad or depressed if you think that's what you need to do in order to, to put that subject in the way that they should, to make them sad and that they're disabled. Make them happy. Maybe they're hanging out with some friends who are able-bodied, and they're friends because they're just friends. They like each other, not because of what they look like, But they're cool. Yeah. I again, you don't have to do this. Once again, as I said in every damn video recently, I hope one day people in the art community on YouTube and society or whatever who have a large ass platform, again, I won't say names, use this to their advantage of creating amazing ass pieces, amazing ass pieces, or maybe concepts or characters or something, and show it to the world. Don't make the same shit all the time, or similar people, or similar things. I hope people could one day branch out their comfort zone and do something more greater and stuff. Yeah. Now, you guys are probably gonna say, this is honestly, Rachel, the stupidest video you ever made in your life, because you're just repeating things like you said in the last two videos. And maybe you guys got this far and you guys probably didn't read or listen to me. Now, I said they're all gonna be linked together. Every video that I've made about representation is all linked to this. Diversity is important. At the end of the day, no matter what kind of artist you are, it's important, I believe, in my opinion, to always get out of your comfort zone and go beyond what you normally do. If that makes sense. I mean, you probably want to be the next Picasso or some shit who did the same shit all the time. But the reason why they got recognized was because they did something that no one else was doing before. And that's how they got the attention, and they did it in a way that people liked and they were pleased about. And there's probably people in art school or art teachers that are saying that these classic artists, the reason why they're famous is because they went beyond what they learned about art in general. And they created something original and something interesting that people would like to look at that time. And that's probably maybe some teachers say, oh, why don't you draw anything different, blah, blah, blah. But again, there's a whole nother video that I would like to talk about sometime in the future about art teachers and why I love art teachers, no matter what people say online. I honestly do. I honestly do. Because a lot of things they say is actually true. I'm going to be honest. Actually, a lot of things they say is true. I know some people get triggered when I say this, but, that's how I feel. Sometimes they're in that profession for a reason, folks. They graduated for a reason. And there's a reason why they're teaching. We can't blame them for everything. But anyway. At the end of the day, like I said, representation is important, and I feel like hopefully in the future, over time, maybe when I'm dead, or maybe in the next generation or whatever, or several generations ahead, when YouTube still exists, hopefully in the future, people will use media as their main platform to make cool ass art and represent people in a positive way. That it's okay to be different, and creating characters that are different, that are not Caucasian or white passing or white or light skin or thin. Well, not thin, but fitted, perfect body, muscular men, blonde fucking hair, shit like that. It's okay to go beyond what society says as deemed as beautiful. And able-bodied too. I forgot about able-bodied. Hello. That's able-bodied and pretty. And you can create some really interesting stuff. So that's what I'm going to say all about today. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this series on what I have to say. And tell me below what y'all think, honestly. And also, do you think it's important for people to create art that goes beyond what they normally do and what you normally see on YouTube? And why or whatever, or you think this is so ridiculous what I'm saying that I need to get a life and go do something that's not art related and actually go work in the workforce, which is actually done because that's what I'm doing anyway. I actually have an outside life. It's called retail. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you've been seeing today in these last few discussion videos, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, or do whatever you do. And I'm heading off. Bye!